Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'm glad you're all here with us to share this exciting moment and this exciting announcement. I'd like to thank our partners that are here with us today for this announcement of our initiative to offer senior citizens smoke detectors within the city of Yonkers, as well as information about the prevention of fires. We have many partners standing up here with us today. We have Mayor Mike Spano. We also worked with the Yonkers Fire Department, the Yonkers Parks Department, Yonkers Office for the Aging, and especially thank you to Kidde, who's here to represent as well. As you all know, the senior population is the most, especially if they're in private homes, are the most at risk for a fatality due to a fire. So we've all partnered together to not only be able to provide smoke detectors, but to also bring the message of fire prevention and fire safety to you. I thank the fire department for working so closely with Parks Department, with Office for the Aging and the Mayor's Office to provide that information to you. As you know, that we've been traveling around and doing prevention tips and seminars. So thanks to the fire department for making sure that that message gets out. Again, we have many partners here, and they'd all like to say a word. So if I might, I'm going to bring up Mayor Mike Spano.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a good day to be here with each and every one of you. The summer's winding down. The weather's so beautiful, isn't it? Hasn't it been a beautiful summer? And so it's good to see everyone here and everyone happy, and some of you tan. But it's, again, we're here today in partnership with our friends at the Yonkers Fire Department, the Yonkers Parks Department, and the Office of the Aging, and Kidde for Fire Safety to provide free smoke detectors to our Yonkers seniors. Many of you remember the tragic fire back in April that claimed the lives of two elderly Yonkers residents. What you might not be aware of, though, is that the home on Hillcrest Avenue was not equipped with fire detectors. Every year, more than 1,200 American seniors die as a result of fire, and more than 3,000 seniors sustain fire-related injuries. That's entirely too much and can be prevented. And most fatal fires, as you know, occur in homes without smoke detectors. In response to the tragedy on Hillcrest, Kidde reached out to the city of Yonkers to provide 210 10-year sealed battery smoke detectors to the Yonkers Fire Department. The alarms are powered by sealed lithium batteries that last 10 years. You know, we're used to going out there and waiting and changing it every year. Sometimes we use a birthday, which is the easiest way to do it, to change those batteries. Well, these lithium batteries will last for 10 years and will be distributed to the Yonkers seniors. And I want to thank Kidde for providing these alarms, ensuring safety for each and every one of you and for all of our Yonkers residents. And when we teach fire safety, you know, we often target children in our schools, in our city's Yonkers residents, as we should. But it's also important that we educate all of our residents, and I look forward and look out for our neighbors. You know, sometimes there's a neighbor next door, maybe he's getting older, maybe getting a little more frail. Look out for that neighbor, and look out and ask that neighbor, do you have a fire detector? When was the last time you changed the battery? Do you want a new one? We can be helpful. So just please do that. And again, Yonkers is a city that likes to help one another. That's one of the great things about being mayor of this great city. So I want to thank again our city departments, the Yonkers Fire Department, again the Parks Department, the Office of the Aging, and of course Kidde for assisting in our efforts to provide our senior citizens with this very important fire safety measure. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to Kelly, and again, it's good to see each and every one of you again. It's good. Who brought the cake out? You knew I was coming? Yeah, see, guys, you always know my weak spot. All right. Well, it's good to see everyone. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor. So in pulling all of our partners together, the two people that did outreach were Yonkers Office for the Aging and the Yonkers Parks Department through some of our senior rec sites. I'd like to invite to the podium our partner in outreach, Commissioner Yvette Hartsfield.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a while since I've been here, but I have all of the love in the world for each and every one of you, and I thank you for being here today with us. I want to give you some educational components that we all need to be aware of as we move forward in life with the smoke detectors. Detectors, alarms, whatever you want to call them, they're all here to help us be safe as we move forward. In the United States, 350,000 homes have fires in them every year. 2,500 of them have deaths. So just be cautious, and 60% of those fires happen because people do not have a fire alarm or a fire detective. Smoke alarms are critical elements in the early detection of a fire. So when you may not hear it and you may not smell it, but you know what? You need to make sure that you have that alarm in your home so that the alarm goes off, you jump up, within 2 minutes you need to be out of that house because it is very important, those first 2 minutes. About half of the homes, fire deaths occurs between the hours of 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. So please be cautious. Make sure you check your alarms, make sure that you do all the maintenance in order to prevent you from being in a house or a home that have a fire and you cannot get out. It is estimated at 96% to 97% of the homes in the United States have smoke alarms, but that 1 in 5 of these homes does not have a single working smoke alarm. And that's very dangerous, and we all know that. Having a non-functioning smoke alarm is just as dangerous as not having a smoke alarm at all. So with that said, if you're in the kitchen cooking and you hear that alarm go off, you need to hush it or either silence it, push the button to hush it or either silence it, whichever one that's on the system. Open the window, fan around the smoke alarm to make sure that all of the smoke goes away from the smoke alarm so that it'll shut off. And move the alarm away from the kitchen or the bathroom so that you don't have that problem in the future. Never remove the battery. That's one of the key components that you do not want to do. Never remove the battery because it's unsafe at that point and it's not going to work for you. These are very important tips, and I hope that I have explained some of the things that you need to do as you move forward, and with the partner of the mayor, also Office of the Aging and the Fire Department, we're all here as a team to work with you and for you, making you safe. Thank you.
So Kidde reached out to the Yonkers Fire Department. It took one great leader at the Yonkers Fire Department to put this team together to start talking about not only distribution of the amount of smoke alarms, but to make sure that we're getting the message out. That leader of the Yonkers Fire Department is Chief Kevin Ford. I'd like to invite him up here and thank him.
Good morning, thanks for having me. Yeah, right after that tragic fire in which we lost 2 of our elderly citizens, Mayor Spano reached out to Commissioner Darcy and asked that we look into this, and just coincidentally, Mr. Neil Zipser from Kidde had contacted me and said that he wants to help with the whole thing, and we put this team together really quickly. In looking at the whole problem, we realized that seniors age 50 to 70 are the most at risk in our population for fatalities from fires. So we wanted to definitely get the word out and make sure that everyone knows about the smoke detectors and has them. I also want to congratulate Kidde on something else they worked on hard. The New York State legislature just recently passed a law mandating that all smoke detectors be 10-year sealed lithium-ion battery ones. It takes away a lot of the problem of batteries going bad, being removed and never being replaced, and having an alarm that just doesn't work on your ceiling. The new ones won't have these problems, and the legislature is ensuring that that's all we have in New York State now. So I just want to thank Kidde Corporation for the work they did on that legislation. I want to thank them for donating the smoke detectors. I want to thank the mayor's office and Mayor Spano for all the work they did to coordinate all this.
and especially the Parks Department and the Office of the Aging. When I reached out to them and said, this is what we want to do, they were great. They came right out and they came up with plans, and we initiated everything. So thank all the people that worked on this. Thank you.
Now, before I invite up our honored Kidde representative, Neil Zipser, I just want to mention that we are distributing the smoke detectors starting today. If you are age 60 or over and you're in a private home and you feel like you need a smoke detector, we don't have an endless supply, but please call the Office for the Aging, 377-6822, and we'll see if we can get you a smoke detector, okay? So ages 60 and over in a private residence. If you're in a building, then hopefully your building management is protecting you. If you're in a senior center, your senior building people should be protecting you. If you're in a private home, please feel free to call 377-6822. And the gentleman that's here representing Kidde, we can't thank him enough for his partnership in this. I'd like to invite up Neil Zipser.
Thank you very much, and I want to thank the mayor and everybody behind me and all of you guys too, for allowing us to be here today and having this event. And you know, I have a great job. I get to go out, donate alarms, and hopefully save some lives as a result. But and I'm very honored to be here. However, I really wouldn't be here if we didn't lose that elderly couple right before midnight on April 29th. So whenever there is a tragedy like that, hopefully some good can come out of it at least, and that's why we're here today. I also want to tell these guys behind me how angry I am at them, because all their stats they took directly off of my speech here. So now I've got to go all around. I can't believe how much I know about fires. But you did hear that number, about 2,500 people. It's usually between 2,500 and 3,000 people dying a year, and 40% of those people are over the age of 65. So unfortunately, we've got to do something about that number. And as you know, the senior citizen population is growing, and as it grows, unfortunately, that death toll will likely increase proportionally as well too. So it's up to us, it's up to the people who make smoke alarms, it's up to your leaders to do something about that and take measures to stop that death toll from increasing. You also heard the number of 60% of people who die in fires don't have a smoke alarm or a working smoke alarm. And the reason why the smoke alarm is not working is generally because the batteries are dead. And the smoke alarms you're getting today has a sealed battery in it. That means even if you tried to, you could not take that battery out of there. You'd have to get a hammer, screwdriver, and all that. And a lot of you guys remember, who's been woken up by a smoke alarm at 2 a.m. in the morning and all that? There's actually a reason for that, which I won't get into. It's a scientific reason that alkaline batteries, the colder it gets, they actually drop a little bit in power. They'll tell the smoke alarm to go off. So I guess I just explained it to you. But these will no longer wake you up in the middle of the night, at least for 10 years, so you don't have to worry about that. You know, one more thing that we didn't discuss up here is that when all of you are safe, when you're out of your house and the fire department gets there, they don't have to worry about going into the house and risking their lives to get you out of there. They could just work on putting out that fire. So not only are people who put in working smoke alarms being heroes to protect themselves and their families, but they're also saving the heroes that are coming to help you. So in closing, just want to remind you, replace your smoke alarms every 10 years. That's the expected life of a smoke alarm. Test them monthly. You'll notice there's 2 buttons on there. One's a test button. You just want it to beep a couple times. You know it's still working. Know what to do if the alarm does go off. You heard you only have a couple minutes to get out of there. You want to stay low to the ground if you can and get out of there. Don't call 911 until you're out of the house. Make sure you have enough smoke alarms in your home. You want at least 1 per level, and if possible, inside each bedroom. And never, ever disable the alarm, as we talked about. If you do burn that food, I'm sure none of you ever burn food, but if you do, that hush button will silence the alarm for about 15 minutes, and you'll be fine. So again, thank you very much, and I applaud everybody behind me for helping make Yonkers a safer place to live. Thank you.
I want to just again say thank you, especially to Deputy Chief Ford and to the team here for putting this together. For those of you who, because I know that Kelly talked about it a little bit, if you're a residential home, obviously you want to come see us if you need this. But if you're in a building where the responsibility is to the building owner and you don't feel safe, you need to let us know. You either call the Office of the Aging or you call the Mayor's Helpline, 377-HELP, and we'll make sure that at least you get the right information. If we have to, we'll make the call too on your behalf. So that's our job. So with that, again, it's a great to see you all, and I want to say thank you to everyone who put this effort in.